Hey everybody, so I'm going live waiting for my friend Nina Macarie, who is one of the speakers at the Visible Authority virtual event, which starts today. And excited that she's going to be with us. Guess she's in here now, so just a moment. Hey, how are you?
Hi, Stephanie. I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Oh, it's crazy busy, but things are good. I was just telling folks that you're one of the amazing speakers for the Visible Authority event, virtual event, and I believe you are on tomorrow, if I remember correctly. So we would love to hear about
Yes,
you and what you'll be talking about.
thank you so much. Yes, I will be talking about my five-step process on how to get booked on podcast interviews.
Excellent. And I have to say that, Nina's teachings are very good. I'm very active in the podcasting community, especially as a guest, as well as somebody who books podcasts for my author clients. And I have to say that her tips are excellent and they will definitely help you get booked on more podcasts. So, Nina, why do you think it's so important for people to get on podcasts?
So I think that it's very important for you. Number one is going to help you refine your message. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, great. So it's going to help you refine your message, right? Because when you will get on, let's say, I don't know, 10 podcasts for the next 3, 4 months, and you will be talking about similar topics that you cover, then you are going to know exactly what do you love to talk about and what would you love to talk about less, right? So this would be number one. Then you will also establish your credibility, because when you are going to hand over that one sheet, or when you are going to put on your website that you were featured on 5, 10 podcasts, people will start thinking about you. Yes, she is a person that I could trust. So this is another thing. It's going to also grow your credibility. People are going to listen to you on this podcast, on the other podcast, and they are going to get used to your style, your messaging, and then they are going to eventually buy from you. Because this is what I've seen for some of my clients. They were getting emails saying plain and simple, hey, I want to work with you. I've heard you on that podcast and I'm ready to work with you.
Excellent. Yeah, that's definitely been the case for me as well as my clients and some of the coaches and consultants I work with. I'll give you an example. So I was on a podcast. It was actually one of the top business podcasts in the UK and got a $2,000 client. And now somebody else who heard that podcast wants to hire me to design a course, which I haven't decided what I'm going to charge for that, but I'm thinking a couple $1,000s. So, and then I have a client who got an $8,000 consulting gig. I mean, I've added people to my email list, and authors I know and work with have sold 300, 400 books. So I think it's just a really important topic. I think it's one people are starting to look at more, but still aren't looking at as much as they should. Would you agree with that, Nina?
I think so. I think people are more focused on social media,
Mm-hmm.
getting more followers, on whether they have a Facebook groups or on Instagram. But being featured on podcasts is going to allow them to um, get in touch with people on a more intimate level, right? Because most often we are listening with our earbuds, right? And is this like, sometimes it looks like a one-on-one conversation. I mean, when you hear someone talking about on a podcast that talks about your desires or your pain points, you want to know more about that person, because you start to think, maybe that person could help me, or how could this person help me move forward?
Exactly. And I think there's also a huge advantage to building a relationship with the person who interviews you on the
Absolutely.
podcast host. And I think that's something I don't hear talked about a lot. You know, I have podcast hosts that I now consider personal friends. A couple reached out to me when I started doing this summit, the Visible Authority virtual event, which we'll talk more about in a minute, and asked if they could go live with me so they could like promote the event. So a couple have referred clients to me. So I think it's just a really important relationship builder. I think it's a deeper relationship than one you build. I mean, it's so easy to go live or do a TikTok or something. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but I think like it's like you said, it's like a, I think I don't remember the word, but it was something like basically a deeper, you know, it's a deeper level, I think. And I found out a statistic. I don't know if I found it out from you or Lisa, who's also going to be talking about podcasts, but like over 80% of the people who listen to a podcast listen to it until the end. I mean, that's
Yes,
huge. It's not just scrolling,
absolutely.
it's very intentional.
Exactly. Exactly, because if they are subscribed to that podcast, they are looking for the next episode, right?
Yes,
Because they know when, if it's their favorite podcast, they will know when the next episode will be launched and they are ready to listen to the next episode. And if you will be the guest on that episode, right, they will be listening till the end. So
exactly.
it's very true. And yes, it's also very important to establish this relationship with the host, but you can do this only if you are there to lead with value. Because if you will go there and you will talk about only your book or only your course or only what you have to sell, then this is not going to work.
Exactly. And that's what I tell my clients all the time when I'm, you know, the ones I book the podcast for. I'm like, when we send the pitch,
Yes,
you know, you'll be talking about how to pitch perfectly. But like when we send the pitch, it can't be just about me,
exactly.
You really need to focus on what you're going to bring to the audience. And I think people, you know, I think people are a little suspicious of podcasts because you don't do the hard sale on it. But honestly, I think a lot of people are very sick of hard selling. They're sick of somebody throwing in
Yes.
their face that they need this, they need that, etc., etc. So I think it's just a resource that people should seriously consider more.
Absolutely. I mean, when you have a lighter conversation, like it's easier even for you to sell, but even for that person to buy, because like they don't feel that they are forced to buy.
Right.
It's their intention, right, to buy from you because they love you, they love what you have to say, and they are interested in working with you.
Exactly. So Nina is one of the speakers for the Visible Authority virtual event, which starts today. It's not too late to sign
Yay.
up. You can go to my bio and there's a link there, or you can DM Nina or myself. And yeah, so it's over 30 handpicked speakers, and we're not doing the hard sale. Nobody's selling in the presentations. Everybody's giving amazing value, tips you can use right away. There's tips I've learned from Nina and others that I started using immediately in my business. So check it out. It's a 3-day event, the Visible Authority virtual event. The link is in my bio. And every day you'll get a link to the presentations of the day. So it's not time zone exclusive. And we would really, really love to have you. So, Nina, thank you so much for coming on with me today.
I thank you so much. And before we go, Stephanie,
Yes.
would you like to tell us more? What does a book development coach does, and who do you work with?
Sure. So I'm a book development coach, and I help coaches, consultants, podcasters, and other experts really increase their visibility, authority, and market reach through writing and publishing a book. Actually, I've been working with some podcast hosts to turn some of their podcast episodes into transcripts and
Hmm,
chapters of a book. So that's what I do. I'll be talking about how to
that's
write your book
amazing.
to increase your leads and sales today. And it's been great to do this work through the Visible Authority virtual event.
So, if someone has the idea of writing a book, at what stage should they connect with you so you can help them?
It's ideal if they connect with me when they first start thinking about writing the book. I have everything from like
Oh,
a $27 course that can get you started writing your book to like group and one-on-one coaching programs. But even if they're like in the middle of writing their book or they're just finishing it, I can still help them out. I've even helped folks out who already published their book and they felt something wasn't going right with the sales. So I was able to rewrite their Amazon author page, their book description, and get them on podcasts. So there's several things I do related to books, but it's ideal if you get in touch with me early. But if you're finished with your book or, already published it, it's not too late to get in touch.
that's amazing. And how long can that take? If, for example, they get in touch with you just at the beginning when they have the idea.
So some folks, it depends on the individual. Some folks have written their books in 67 days. Some people have taken a
Wow.
year. It depends on the person's schedule and goals. I've heard of write your book in a weekend programs. I'm suspicious of them. I don't think you can write an amazing book in a weekend. That's just my opinion. I'm sure some people disagree. I think you could do it like I've done like books and screenplays for movies in 21 days, like personally. But you also have to consider I studied writing in school, so I kind of write a lot faster. I think like anywhere from 60 days to a year is a very reasonable goal. But I would say the average is 3 to 6 months for the clients I'd work with.
Yeah, that's amazing. So people can know how much time they should allot to this project if they would like to start and if they would like to work with you. Also, it's a good to have in mind how much time they should consider. So until they are ready to work with you, we are going to invite them to join for this virtual event. As you mentioned, this event is going to start today. And for the people who are busy and maybe don't have the time to watch today, do you have an option for them?
Yes, so we have a VIP upgrade. Like I said, the event is free, but we have a VIP upgrade where you can get all the recordings, a 30-minute session with me, which I never sell. And if I sold it, it wouldn't be at this price point. So you can get that as well as transcripts for 47 US dollars. So, and then we have another VIP upgrade for people who want to take advantage of other consultations and other gifts from our speakers. That's 167. But like I said, we have free tickets. But if you can't watch the presentations today and you want something more, we have upgrades that start at $47.
That's amazing. Thank you so much, Stephanie.
Thank you,
And
everybody. And be
can't wait
sure
to
to,
see you inside.
yeah, great to see you. Be sure to check out my bio, everybody, for the link to sign up for the Visible Authority virtual event, or you can DM me or Nina.
Absolutely. Please connect with us on Instagram so we can send you the link.
All right, everybody have an awesome day.
Thank you, Stephanie.
Bye.
Bye-bye.